What's up, Soul Tribe? It's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Alright guys, so here we are today to talk about the counter part to the super empath, which is the greater narcissist. So hopefully you guys are aware of what an actual greater narcissist is. I think I explained it a little bit in the last video, but in case I didn't, a narcissist period, like the definition of the personality disorder NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is simply somebody that has an inflated sense of ego and they don't display any empathy. And it's not just that they don't display it, but they don't harness any empathy. They don't know how it feels to actually feel the emotion of love, of care for another person. A narcissist typically, they mirror people that they come around, like normal everyday people like yourself and myself, in order to get a sense of how, you know, emotional normalcy is, so that they can mirror that and project it onto others, so that people can actually believe that they are good people and that they come with good intentions, but they really don't. When it comes down to the greater narcissist, that's the highest level of a narcissist that you can find. Just like the super empath is the highest level of empath. And normally with greater narcissists, they are well aware of what they are. There's 3 levels to a narcissist, and there's a low grade, a mid grade, and the low grade, they don't know what they are. They just know that it feels extremely good to tear people down, to use and manipulate others, to drain others of their energy for their own supply. And with the greater narcissist, they're well aware of that. The mid-grade narcissist, they might have been told a couple times that they have an issue, but they don't quite yet believe that. They still believe that everybody that they come in contact with is the problem and not them. So when it comes down to the greater narcissist, they are very well aware of their power. Not only are they aware of their power, their patterns, and you know, they know how to hook a person. You know, they don't have to be extremely handsome, but their presence is very commanding. So typically, you know, the narcissist or the greater narcissist will have some form of a quality that the opposite sex will absolutely, I don't know how to say, I want to say chase after, because we all know that narcissists have that thing within them that makes people like us that want to heal. I don't know if we sense that brokenness within them, or if it's just that we get manipulated into something that we have no awareness over. At this point in my life, I can definitely tell the characteristics of a narcissist, like, within the first couple of days. I don't even deal with people that call my phone too much or text my phone too much or expect too much time out of me right away, because I already know that that's love bombing. And normally that's how the stages of a relationship with a narcissist go. It starts off with love bombing, and that is like literally the honeymoon phases on crack. I hate to say it like that, but it's like elevated to the 10th power. So where you're already like lovey-dovey and wanting to be around somebody pretty much all the time when you first meet them in a normal relationship. With a narcissist, that's magnified times 10. They me too every single thing. You could tell them what your brother's name is, and all of a sudden that's their dad's middle name. You know, life experiences, and they'll me too, you know, because they want you to feel that sense of connectivity, almost as if you ran into some long lost soulmate, or some soulmate that you didn't realize you had, or some perfect partner. Most of the time they're established in some type of way, whether it's good sex, a lot of money, wealth, or something that they can offer you that'll make you stick around, or something that they can hang over your head to manipulate you to either stay or you know, make you feel incomplete if you do actually leave and discard them. So with a greater narcissist, and I know just like with the super empath are the highest level of empath, but also in a sense, kind of the weakest, because they are so in tune with others' emotions that they don't know how and when to leave, which leaves them very emotionally damaged and broken from people that they have tried to fix. In turn, they just end up switching positions with that person and becoming that broken person that needs fixing. So when it comes down to a greater narcissist, even though the name greater may make them sound like, oh, well, they must be the best of all the narcissists. No, they're actually the worst of all the narcissists. The thing is that their mask is more secure. Put it like that. So with whatever power that the greater narcissist holds, whether it be financial, high status in their career arena, like I said, whether they're extremely handsome or extremely great in bed or extremely charming, they have something that will cause you to become addicted to them, and in turn have you basically not even like standing strong to your boundaries, to healthy boundaries, which is another quality that the super empaths have. They don't know how to set healthy boundaries and keep them, especially when they are in union with said narcissist. So a greater narcissist, and here's one of the reasons why I consider them greater, even though they are the worst and the most dangerous, is because they typically have the power to change your life in a positive way, or at least temporarily, to make it seem like the best move is to be with them. So they have the power to either elevate your career, send you to school, buy you big ticket items that will have you in the illusion that they're in it to win it and in it to be with you for the long haul. Like, they will go out and buy you a house. Even if they have no kids and you have a couple of kids, they will go out and buy, a house that's big enough to fit you and your kids. They will invest in you. They will sign contracts with you. And you will be sitting here thinking, okay, this is basically equivalent to a ring. Why would this person sign these permanent contracts with me if they don't have intentions to stay with me? So they would give you that, like I said, that illusion that you are somebody that they plan on staying with and being with. But obviously they're getting you used to a lifestyle so that you would do anything and take anything from them in order to maintain that lifestyle. And like I said, even if they broke as hell, they will make sure that their sex is good, that they can romance the hell out of you, that they set aside, or that they are different from every single person that you have ever met in your life, so that they can come off like the knight in shining armor that you always wish you had. Therefore, when things start to go awry, you will naturally blame yourself, like, well, they were really great, so since they turned into a monster, what did I do? I must have done something wrong. Because typically that's what an empath is going to do. They're going to blame themselves, or they're going to try to see their culpability in the situation instead of point fingers. But what they don't realize is that it doesn't matter how great of a person you are. They treat every single person the same. And so I am going to make a video on new narcissistic supply and why you shouldn't be jealous of them, even if they did discard you, even if you are an old supply to them. And yes, I do call their spouses supply, or you can also call them sons, which is SON, spouse of a narcissist. So basically we're considered supply to them because they feed off of our energy, as I stated to you guys a few times before. But if this is the first video that you've actually watched me talk about narcissistic relationships, then I'm just gonna throw that out there just so you can know and catch up with everybody else. But at the end of the day, like I said, these people will provide for you to the point where you feel like, okay, I actually am special to this person. There's no way that this person would do me wrong. They put on this huge facade that they are an actual great person. And once they got you stuck and they got you hooked, that's when they go into the devaluing stage. That's when they would start to compare you to other women or men, depending on if you're with a, whatever the case, because it works the same for same-sex relationships. So whether it's a man on man, woman on woman, or man on woman dynamic, it doesn't matter. But whatever type of narcissist or gender narcissist you end up in union with or attract, basically they want they want to come off like they the best thing you ever had, so that once their mask gets to slipping, you will blame yourself. You will be thinking about how much they cared about you, how much they uplifted you, how much they wanted to be around you and talk to you 24/7 or 25/8, whatever you want to call it, and how they don't want to do any of that now. How they're actually, like I said, comparing you to other people, actually talking trash to you to other people. So you'll notice when you go around their family and friends, people won't be as warm to you as you are used to other people's families being to you, being that you have a great personality and you actually are a great person. And you wondering why people are treating you crappy, is because this person has already started a smear campaign on you, to where their family and friends see you as this crazy cuckoo bird insecure ass person that they're going to end up making out of you after time. Because like I said, with this devaluing phase, everything that they once claimed to love so much about you is everything that they will start to resent about you, that they will claim to hate about you, that they will threaten if you don't change, they will leave you. And like I said, with all of their great acts and their good mask, you won't want them to leave, because, you know, up until this point, you've seen nothing but good out of them. You know, you got this new home, this new car, they do so much for you. They might even cook you breakfast in bed every single Sunday until they start the devaluing phase, and then all of a sudden, you thinking to yourself, well, maybe I let them do too much for me. Maybe I should start doing for them. And all of a sudden, the roles are reversed, and they're able to successfully turn you into a slave of their emotions, a slave of their ego, a slave of their physical desires or physical needs. So those are just some phases. I mean, those are just some patterns and qualities of a greater narcissist, but there's literally so many more. One of the greatest things that narcissists do is gaslight you. They really, really make you question your own perception because of how good they lie. You guys can be in the middle of an argument and they can say the most hurtful thing to you. Like I said, one of the most hurtful things that they love to do is triangulate, and that is comparing you to somebody else. When you have a spouse or when you have a partner, you want to be seen in the greatest light to this person. If they start putting other people on a pedestal compared to you, or telling you how great other people are, or how in such and such a relationship or marriage, they do this and they do that, and their wife is pregnant and blah, blah, blah. That's how they pressure you, because you want to maintain the approval that you have from them at the beginning. Greater narcissists are the type that will go from, like I said, being so romantic, caring, kind, gentle, to being abusive. And yes, they will sneak that abuse in and act as if they never did it. Like, they can put their hands on you, and when you be like, you know, if you even try to bring that up days later, they'll be like, what are you talking about? I never put my hands on you. Like, they will literally play you for crazy. You know, and some things you just looking like, come on now, but when it comes down to things that they may have said and you trying to bring it up, or, you know, they just come back around acting like nothing happened, and you like, did you forget that you said X, Y, and Z? And they like, what? I didn't say that. What I said was, and they act like you misconstrued what they said, but you heard exactly verbatim by quote what they said. And so you get to question yourself, like, did I misunderstand something? Did I mishear something? But the truth of the matter is, they've gaslighted you. They triangulated you. They smeared your name to family, friends, and social circle. The only reason why they choose to build you up, and like I said, in a sense, set you on the right path, is to make them look good. They care about what people say about them. Again, that's also a ego feed, when other people recognize how great you are, how beautiful you are, how successful you are, or like I said, how handsome you are. You know, they'll even go so far as to being obsessed with your looks, and pick how you dress, and pick, you know, your size. Like, you need, you know, pressure you into losing weight, or pressuring you to become thicker. If somebody dare bring up, wow, she's a little small, ain't she? Or she's smaller than what you normally date, or she a little on the big side, ain't she? You know, it doesn't matter what it is, but if you're really there for them to receive praise from their colleagues, their social circle, their family, their friends. They want to make their male friends jealous of you, or their female friends jealous of them. Like, wow, how'd you get such a great person, you know? So that's the reason why they will essentially build you up, in addition to being able to hold something over your head like, well, I did X, Y, and Z. So because I cheated, or because I had a baby with somebody else, or because I had a whole nother family out of state, you know, you gonna dump me after all I've done? How could you do this to me? So that's the way that they'll manipulate you. And you'll start to think like, well, damn, they did provide me with the best life I ever had. But in reality, it was only to create a facade, because those things only last as long as you are with this person. Normally, when somebody leaves a narcissist, I don't want to say normally, because maybe it's some people that make it out alive and fine, but a lot of people dealing with a greater narcissist, they change. Like I said, they age prematurely, their hair grays out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, their weight will fluctuate in an unhealthy way. So either they can adapt to you know, bad eating disorders like bulimia, anorexia, trying to manage their weight to please a narcissist, or they would gain extreme weight or be the heaviest they ever been in a relationship. Because in a sense, even though they want you to be attractive, some of them want you to be attractive, some of them are so low self-esteem that they will purposely, like, they will take you out to eat, spoil you, wine you, dine you. When you try to go to the gym, they'll deny you. But what about me? Spend time with me. Because they want you can be attractive, but not too attractive, because they want you. They want to be the center of attention. You know what I'm saying? So even though they want people to look at you, the intentions of them looking at you is so that they can afterwards look at them and like, wow, he has a great girl, or wow, she has a great guy. You know, so don't let the smooth taste fool you. Hopefully some of these signs, if you are actually dating a narcissist, are recognizable to you. They are extreme masters of manipulation. They're dangerous. They are the type of people that would jokingly say, if you leave, I'll kill you. If you cheat, I'll kill you. But they're not playing. If they really want you, by the time it's time for you to go, they will act out in violence if you try to leave them, because they feel a sense of ownership. You are not a person to them. You are an item. You are a thing. You are simply a possession to them, not, you know, a person, feelings, emotions, something that they actually value in a way that they want to keep it and protect it and treat it fragilely. They don't look at people as that. They don't see themselves as that. Always remember what I said from Narcissist Negative Projection, and I'll go ahead and link that video in the description. But these people have a very troubling and stormy and disturbing inner dialogue. They don't think highly of themselves, and that's the reason why they need people constantly, in order to make them feel big, in order to make them feel large, in order to make them feel heroic. You know, they need that because something traumatic in their childhood taught them that they weren't enough. And that's the reason why they push and they overexert themselves in so many other areas in their life. They want to have the most beautiful women, the fastest car, the nicest home of their social circle. And if they don't, they feel like a failure, because they were already raised with the notion that they weren't enough. Whether they were abandoned by their mother, their father, or whether both parents were neglectful, on drugs, barely came home, whether they were that older sibling that was left home to raise their siblings, or they could have been that child that was raised by the overextended family. The parents that overextend and treat them that they're better than any other kid and every other kid. Those are ways that narcissists are created. You know, severe neglect, abuse, or a sense of self-inflation. Like, oh, you're the best, Timmy. You know, nobody on the baseball field compares to you. No spelling beer is better than you. And that's great to treat your children like their greatness, because essentially they are. But it's a different level. Like, narcissists are created by, like, stage moms. You get what I'm saying? Like the type of parents that push their kids to be the best at like pageants and sports and things of that nature, but in a sense they kind of get abused behind it, like, you know, talked down to if they not in first place or something like that. They always feel like they have to win. They always feel like their ego has to be stroked. And so those are the narcissists, the grandiosity narcissists that are created by parents that you know, they always have to perform at the highest level or be first place or receive the trophy, or they're stupid or they're inadequate, or I wish I never had you, you retarded, remedial, slow, blah blah blah, you know, just being verbally abused and pushed to always be number one and not accepted if you're not. So essentially, even if those kids are praised by their parents on some level, if they win, if they don't, then they're put down. So they always feel like they have to win. And they always are craving that positive attention, which is the same thing as narcissistic supply from a son or from their main supply. So I don't want to drag this on too long. Definitely got to pull some cards for a personal reading. But I really hope that this helped somebody out there today, especially if you are unaware of the qualities of a narcissistic or somebody that possesses the disorder, the personality disorder of NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Go ahead and leave your experiences in the comment section, and I'll definitely reply to every single person, you know, especially if it's something that's, you know, rhetorical, something that I can, you know, that's basically asking for feedback. But yeah, definitely stay safe. Definitely, if you're an empath, watch out. You probably attracted multiple different people like this. But your awareness is your power. Knowing what you're dealing with, knowing how to get out of the situation safely, knowing how to protect your energy in the future from these types of energies, that would be your cape. That would be your bulletproof shield in this world. If you've been in this situation and you feel as though you suffer from PTSD or borderline personality disorder as a result, because these type of situations can cause disorders for the actual supply, then by all means call hotlines. There's definitely support groups, hotlines, homes, especially, you know, women and children shelters and homes of narcissistic abuse, so that you can be safely removed from the home if you are being physically abused or if they are threatening to kill you if you leave. So again, I hope this message was informative to someone. And if you're going through this, just know that there are people out there that care, including myself. Feel free to, you know, just receive support from me. No, I'm not a psychiatrist or anything, but since I've been through this, I definitely became well versed on what this is, so I can identify it, you know, if it ever crosses paths with me again. So I hope that this message was also able to help you see clearly what type of energies come your way when it comes down to if they are a healthy-minded person, or if they possess the type of mentality that would damage you. So thank you for listening, and I will see you guys on the next video.